When did quick thinking save your life? When I was 13, a black pickup truck pulled up next to my best friend and me while we were walking home from school. There were 3 guys inside, maybe mid-20s. They started asking us how old we were and trying to get us to come look at something inside their truck. We said no, but they kept insisting. Finally, my best friend and I looked at each other and just started running. I thought that would be enough to get them off our case, but I realized with horror that they were following us. I grabbed my friend's hand and pulled her down a different street, hoping that we could lose them. But no matter where we went, that truck kept following us. The guys were shouting things, calling us dirty names and all kinds of slurs, and telling us that they were going to get us one way or another. I didn't want to lead them back to my house because I didn't want them to know where I lived, but there wasn't anywhere else nearby that we could go. We were in this residential neighborhood, so it's not like we could just duck into a store or something. I was getting really scared just being out in the open with them, so eventually, we decided we had to just run to my house. We got there, bolted inside, and locked the door, but my parents weren't home. And then we heard the car doors opening, and I swear my blood ran cold. We were flat on the floor so they wouldn't see us, which I realized later was pretty dumb because obviously they'd seen us go into the house, but we weren't thinking clearly. I remember getting up on my knees so I could peek out the window, and I saw them getting out of the truck and coming up towards our house. I knew I needed to think fast. That's when I remembered what my parents had gotten me for Christmas that year. I ran back into my room and sprinted back out with my BB gun. It's harmless, but it looks just like a real rifle if you're not looking too closely. I unlocked my front door. My friend was screaming at me, begging me not to open it, but I knew this was the only way to get rid of them. I threw the door open and held the gun up on my shoulder and aimed it at them like I was ready to shoot. They were maybe 5 feet away from the door then, but they stopped dead in their tracks. I said, think very carefully about how you want this to go down. Well, thinking didn't take them long. They turned right around, hightailed it back to their truck, and sped away. I think it took an hour for my heartbeat to slow down to normal.